Okay, welcome to Educreations. If you have an iPad, what's great is there is an app you can use on the iPad, but I'm showing this from my MacBook since it's a Web 2.0 tool. We'll look at it using it on a regular PC or a Mac. So what you'll see is once you sign up and you have an account, you can see I'm signed in where it says Welcome Ron. You'll put in some information, including creating a course, so that it ties it to a class that you teach, which then allows your students to actually access the materials by finding their teacher or their course. And when you're ready, you just simply come here and you can do create new lesson. So we just click on that. And you can see it pretty much looks like a whiteboard, and I can come up here and I can choose the color that I want to write with, and so I can just do simple things like I could write out a problem, simple, like, so I could do something like x plus 4 equals 3, and then I could go ahead and I could show how you would solve a simple equation like this. And I can of course narrate this as I'm going, because when I'm ready, once I have my board set, I can click record. Now, beyond just having a simple handwritten problem, I do have the ability, I can go on, I have one of one here. This means pages. I can have multiple pages. I think it's up to 11 pages you can have in an Educreations. And I can come here and I can actually click and I can add an image. So if I want to work with an image, here, and I'll just take this one since it's an Educreations image. I can take this image and I can bring it in, and then while I'm working, I can use my annotation tools up here to draw or mark up on this. So you could bring in, if you had a worksheet and saved it as an image file, or if you had, let's say, a reading passage, you could actually bring that in. You could mark it up, edit it. You could analyze a piece of writing and give an explanation, because once you click record up here, and this is going to be kind of odd, but I'm going to record my recording right now. So I will, of course, allow access to this. And so what ends up happening is I'm recording right now in my Educreations, and so I'm on page 2. But if I go back here, I can choose a color, and I can just simply say, okay, I'm going to show you how to solve a simple equation. In this case, we have x, a variable, plus 4 equals 3, and I'm going to subtract 4 from the left side of this equation, and then I'm going to subtract 4 from the right side of the equation. This leaves x by itself, and of course 4 from 3 is going to leave us with a -1, and this is how we solve. We keep our equation balanced and so on. You could have a student do the same thing using Educreations, and they continue. And I'm recording, and I would go to page 2, and again, I can mark things up. I can show an arrow. If I was working with a sentence, I could underline, I could highlight. If I make a mistake, I can always come up, choose my eraser. Really handy tool. When I'm finished, I click save. It says click, save your recording, or you can preview it and actually watch it. So if I click preview, it's going to show me my recording once I press play. Okay, I'm recording right now in my Educreations, and so I'm on page 2. But if I go back here, I can choose a color. All right, so you can see that that record is there. If I click save, it goes ahead and it's going to save this lesson. I'm going to give it a title, sample Educreations lesson. I can choose which course I want to add it to. If I have multiple courses, I could add it to several. I can choose what subject area, and of course I can decide on my privacy. I'm going to leave this one unpublished. If I want, I can do a summary, and I click save. Okay, now my lesson is there, and it's available to my students. So this is Educreations. It's a really handy tool. I suggest you signing up if you haven't already, and it works great on the iPad as an app as well.